Hi, PETA. I know, baby. Come here. Okay, okay. Come on. This is gonna be difficult. PETA, we can't film like this. All right, we every time. Hey everybody, welcome back. And today we are doing another just kind of short and sweet eye look. And today we are creating this look with the Profusion Cosmetics Citrine palette. Now I just picked this palette up in Walmart tonight for $4.98, and I've got to say I am already blown away. Now, if you have been with me for a while, you know that I have a long history with Profusion on this channel. It's one of the, I think it's the first video I ever did was a Profusion holiday haul, and I am just super, super impressed with this. Now, this is, other than this one, the only like new palette I have when they kind of rebranded is the Chocolates palette, which I absolutely love, but this one is already just flooring me, and it's making me want to get all of the other jewel tone palettes that they've come out with. So if you want to see how I created this neutral but colorful leaning neutral look, then stick around. All right, everybody, so we're just going to go ahead and get started. I am going to use my Ultimate Brow Highlighter just to kind of cancel out and really define my brows. And I've already primed. I just used my concealer. So I'm just going to take my F75 concealer brush and I'm just going to smooth that out and down, and we're just going to create a base for this just so we don't have to blend it down. Now taking my Sigma Tapered Blending E35 brush, I'm just going to go into this shade right here called Safari, which is a beautiful kind of mid-tone orangey yellow. I hope my lighting is better in this video. I've kind of rearranged stuff, but let me know. As you know, it's always rusty when you come back filming. You're just out of the groove. I'm just taking this all over the lid. We're going to slowly build this up. I kind of worked this look backwards, but I liked the way it turned out, so we're just going to go with it. These shadows blend beautifully, by the way. There's not a lot of depth in this palette, but I don't feel like I'm missing anything, so that's always good. I'm going to take my trusty Wet n Wild fluffy brush, and we're going to go into the shade Blessed, which is this shade right here. It's just a matte yellow. I'm just going to tap off. I am tapping off quite a bit because it is a little powdery, and I'm just going to kind of blend that up into that concealer shade. This is about the same depth as Safari, but it's a little bit lighter of a tone and it's more of a yellow tone. So we're just going with it. All right, since there is not a matte, you know, brow bone shade for me, I'm just going to go into Creme Brulee with that same E75 concealer brush. And I'm just going to take this right underneath the brow bone and just kind of place it, cover up that pink tone. This is just going to kind of neutralize it. And just blend it down into that dandy shade. I'm going to pick up my Wet n Wild brush again with no more product on it, and again, just blend everything together. Now I'm going to pick up my blending E25 brush from Sigma, and we're going to go into this shade right here called Tea. Again, it's about the same depth, I would say, as, I'm sorry, not Dandy, Blessed and Safari. Blessed was that yellow shade. But again, I feel like the difference in tone kind of gives it the definition that I want and adds a little bit of depth to the outer V. And I'm just really working this really tight into the crease. And these shades do build up and blend up nicely. I'm going to take this quite a ways over, just with the flat side of that brush. So yeah, even though the tones essentially in the pan are about the same depth, just the difference or the colors are the same kind of depth, I feel like the tone gives you a nice gradient. Plus, if you blend it out, it's really gonna work to your advantage to create that nice gradient. I'm gonna go back in with my E25 and that Safari shade just to build up, kind of bring back some of that more yellowy color that we were going for. And this is gonna be a really blown out, not really blown out, but it's gonna be a, you know, pretty blown out look. So I'm not gonna be too careful with it. So pretty easy peasy. So we're gonna just move right onto the lid, and I'm just taking a flat mash shader brush, and we are gonna go into this Zenith shade, which is kind of a true gold. There's kind of more of a bronzy gold. There's Zenith, which is a true gold. Then you have Gold Digger and Strobe Lights, which are lighter. There's a warm and a cool tone gold. So you get quite the selection in here. But I'm going to take that on my flat shader brush. I'm gonna find my setting spray, which is somewhere here. It's somewhere. I'm not quite sure where it went, so we're gonna use something else. So I'm just gonna use my just some setting spray. Just grab whatever you have. And I'm just going to start painting this on the inner half of the lid. Look how pretty that is. Oh, this palette was $5. Guys, I know I've talked about Profusion on my channel for a long time, like back before they blew up. I was actually on their PR list for a while, and they've only gotten better and better. It's kind of fun to see them coming into their own. All right, I'm gonna just take a little bit more of that, just get as much impact as I can. I'm getting a little bit of fallout here, but it's nothing I'm too concerned with. I'm gonna go back in with my E25 and that T shade, which we used for the outer crease. And again, I'm just gonna kind of blend it over that Zenith shade and then just kind of knock down any gold that got into the crease. I mean, if you got hooded eyes like I do, it's there, it's gonna be there. I just kind of deal with it. All right, we're just gonna move right onto the lower lash line. I am gonna take my Sigma Short Shader E20 brush that looks like this. And again, I'm just gonna go back in with that T shade. And we're just gonna stamp this right along the lower lash line. And I love this palette because I feel like you get some drama with it without getting too deep and dark. I'm really, this is the first time I've sat down to use it, and I'm just loving it so far. I'm just very impressed. All right, I'm gonna take my BRC S06 brush, which is my favorite under eye shader brush, and I'm gonna pick up a little bit of that Safari shade. And we're gonna blend out. I'm gonna blend out T. I'm just gonna take this up to meet the shadow up on the upper lid. And then I'm just gonna pick up my fluffy brush again and just go back in with that Blessed shade. Very, very lightly. All right, I'm gonna pick up my favorite BH Cosmetics pencil brush, and I'm going to go in with both Strobe Lights and Gold Digger. I'm just gonna mix the two together. See how this one's very cool toned and this one's very warm toned? And together they just give a beautiful mix of just kind of the perfect neutral gold for me. I'm just gonna very liberally place that in the inner corner. All right, guys, I am gonna do just a skin toned liner on my lower lash line. I'm gonna do some wings and liner, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, so this is the final look. I'm really happy with how it turned out. Again, not a lot of depth in this palette, so if you are deeper skin tone than me, you might need to bring something in to really help this palette along, but I think these golds would be absolutely stunning on deeper skin tones. Just really, really impressed. I'm impressed with the blendability and with the just pigmentation of this palette. So if you want to see more looks with this palette, let me know, but I hope you guys enjoyed this. But as always, thank you guys so much for hanging out and talking about makeup with me. I hope you guys have an amazing day, have a rockin' week, and I will see you next time. Bye.